Director Orson Krennic headed Project Stardust, which would become the Death Star for years before his death due to the very weapon he worked so tirelessly to create. Following his death, Tarkin assumed full control over the weapon, using it to destroy Alderaan and attempting the same to the rebel home base on Yavin 4 before it was ultimately destroyed thanks to the stolen plans taken by the Rogue One crew. His mistakes are clearly known, but thanks in part to the novel from a certain point of view, we know what would have happened if Krennic had survived the Battle of Scarif and still had control of the station leading in to A New Hope. As stated, the results of the Battle of Scarif saw the rebels escape with the plans to the Death Star, which would prove to be the deciding factor in the fate of the technological terror. Before Tarkin ordered the weapon to fire on the Imperial base that was stationed on the world of Scarif, Krennic took a moment to scoff at the man that was ordering his death. He knew that the Grand Moff was taking the credit that was all meant for him, and knew he didn't know how to manage the superweapon properly. Krennic knew that he was an engineer, and Tarkin was only a governor. He would possess zero know-how on how to run a station of that scale. Krennic already knew what had to be done if the rebels even had the slightest chance of how to stop the station. He would have continued to put the station construction on hold, going over every possible schematic to see what the rebels might have known. He would have looked over every single message that Galen Erso had sent to find out what had been done to his Death Star. However, Tarkin had no such ideas. His initial idea was to snuff out the rebellion before they can even get a chance to destroy the station, and we know how that all turned out. It is interesting to think about how these events in A New Hope and moving forward would have been different if Krennic had survived Rogue One. There's a chance that maybe there wouldn't have even been a Death Star 2, or someone like Thrawn, who was very vocal in not having a Death Star, could have possibly been swayed on the idea if Krennic was able to do what he had planned for the station. Now, this was it for this edition of Star Wars Analyzed. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. Share with your friends and bring them in on the conversation. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Marauders Guild for more content like this. Until the next time, may the force of others be with you.